What does it feel like to hold the keys to someone's dream while they believe they've shattered yours? I asked myself this as I stood in the grand lobby of the Azure Haven Hotel, watching chandeliers cast golden light across marble floors. My name is Elena Harper, and this Hotel Me Hotel was the stage for a story no one saw coming, least of all the man who broke my heart. 5 years ago, I was engaged to James Caldwell, a charming architect with dreams bigger than his bank account. We were young, in love, and building a life together, or so I thought. I poured everything into our shared vision, late nights planning, savings drained for his projects, and a heart that trusted him completely. But James had other plans. One evening, he sat me down, his eyes avoiding mine, and said he was leaving. "I've met someone else," he admitted, voice cold. "Her name's Vanessa. She's different. She can give me the life I deserve." Vanessa Whitmore, heiress to a shipping empire, was everything I wasn't. Wealthy, connected, untouchable. I was a small-town girl with big dreams and a modest inheritance I'd kept secret, even from him. That night, James walked out, leaving me with a shattered ring and a vow to rebuild. I didn't crumble. Instead, I channeled my pain into ambition. That modest inheritance? It was enough to buy a struggling hotel in the heart of the city, a risky move, but I saw potential where others saw failure. I worked tirelessly, learning the business, charming investors, and transforming the Azure Haven into a jewel of luxury. By year 3, it was a destination for the elite, its name synonymous with elegance. I kept my ownership quiet, using a trust to shield my identity. To the world, I was just Elena, the sharp-witted manager who ran the place like clockwork. Then came the call that changed everything. Vanessa Whitmore's assistant booked the penthouse suite for her honeymoon. With James, my heart raced, not with pain, but with a strange, electric thrill. They didn't know I owned the hotel. They didn't know I'd be there, watching their perfect moment unfold on my turf. The day they arrived, I stood behind the front desk, my smile professional but my pulse pounding. James looked the same boyish grin, expensive suit bought with Vanessa's money. She was stunning, dripping in designer silk, her laughter echoing like she owned the world. They didn't recognize me, not at first. Why would they? I was just the help, invisible to their kind. But as I handed them their keycards, James's eyes lingered. "Elena," he whispered, shock flickering across his face. I nodded, cool and composed. "Welcome to Azure Haven, Mr. Caldwell. Enjoy your stay." Over the next week, I orchestrated their experience with precision. Their suite was flawless, champagne chilled, linens crisp, views breathtaking. But every detail was my design, a silent reminder of my power. I overheard their conversations, Vanessa's casual arrogance, James's strained laughter. He wasn't happy, I could tell. The life he'd chased wasn't the paradise he'd imagined. On their final night, I made my move. At the hotel's gala, where guests mingled under starlit chandeliers, I took the stage. The room hushed as I introduced myself not as the manager, but as Elena Harper, sole owner of Azure Haven. Gasps rippled through the crowd. James's face went pale, his champagne flute frozen midair. Vanessa's smile faltered, her eyes darting to him for answers he couldn't give. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. Instead, I spoke about resilience, about building something extraordinary from nothing. "This hotel," I said, my voice steady, "is a testament to what happens when you bet on yourself." The applause was deafening, but my eyes were on James. He looked small, diminished, caught in a truth he couldn't escape. He'd left me for a life I'd surpassed. Later, he found me in the lobby, alone. "Elena, I didn't know," he stammered. "I made a mistake." His words hung heavy, but they didn't touch me. "You made a choice," I said softly. "And I made mine." I walked away, leaving him in the glow of the empire I'd built. The Azure Haven still stands, grander than ever. James and Vanessa's marriage didn't last a year. Gossip says she tired of his ambition, he of her control. I don't dwell on it. My life is full friends, purpose, a hotel that's my heart's work. Sometimes, I wonder if James regrets his choice, but it doesn't matter. I didn't need his validation then, and I don't need it now. The keys to my dream were always in my hands, and I unlocked a future brighter than he could ever imagine.